Yeah, we're going live. We're going live, man. Oh, I think we're already off. We're live for 2 seconds. Oh, hit the button, Bill. Hit the button. Yeah, I know. This music might be a bit much. I might have to change that.
I like the new graphics.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drone Therapy Season 5, Episode 18. Meet the pilot, none other than Stephen Sutton from the FLYBY Guys. And we'll go around the room and let everybody say, hey, hey, hey. I'm going to start with Mr. Sutton. He's on vacation. Let's tell you what he's doing and what he's up to.
Excuse me for a second. Holy shit.
Man, don't leave him. Don't leave him.
Nothing like live TV. Nothing like live TV, folks. And I'm gonna go to Chris. Oh,
Where'd you go, Chuck? Bring it back
later.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing all right tonight? Y'all hang on. Y'all hang on. It's gonna be fun.
Ron Brown.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show tonight. We're gonna have a good show. Chuck's gonna get back in the square in a few minutes, and I'm gonna throw it to the next person.
Are you here, Chuck? Is there bats in the
Sorry, yeah, I'm in a VRBO, and there was a wasp on the freaking cupboard, so I just had to send it to its maker. It's a lot thinner than it was a couple of minutes ago.
I thought you was going to tell me there's bats in the belfry.
No, it's in fact, there's wasp guts everywhere now. So,
and without further ado, since we've had this really awkward intro tonight, and yes, I know the music was kind of loud and overbearing. I'm going to turn it down a little bit for the next one, but I want to do something a little. I was trying to get everybody wound up, and apparently I went a little bit too hard on that one. So anyway,
got me wound up.
So anyway, I will throw it over and let Stephen introduce himself and give a little bit of background on where he's at and what he's doing. Or
Hi everyone. Welcome. It's really nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation, Bill. Finally get to come and join you guys after being watching for so long. Yeah, Stephen Sutton from the FLYBY Guys. I'm sure some of you will know who I am. I'm a Scottish guy based in Finland, living in Helsinki. And I am one of the founders of the FLYBY Guys. FLYBY Guys are a drone service provider here in Finland, and we do operations around the world, actually. So a lot of things that we can't talk about. And Yeah,
And
so
you
that's
said
it.
something
I
about
come
Ross
I
too,
come
by the way.
from the
I
hobby
know.
side. I come from the hobby
Didn't
side,
see any.
and
Actually,
I've
this is
moved
the wrong
into the
time of year,
professional
I would
side.
think.
It's kind of early.
Wouldn't they come in
I don't
October?
think
I
Chuck
didn't see
realizes
any
that we
October.
can hear him and Lori discussing everything.
Yeah, Chuck, that was
Yeah.
Well, feel free to stop discussing everything with me.
Hot mic, Chuck. Hot mic.
Yeah, really.
Sorry.
It was just, no, it's
I
all
don't have
good.
my own studio today. I mean, like, I don't have my studio. The doors isn't closed.
No,
I
it's
have
completely. It
a
was
woman
just
drinking
funny what was
margaritas
going.
next to me.
Wait, wait. Oh, here's the. Look at this. What the? Oh, here he is, Mister. I found a new drum friend today, and I'm supposed to ask you: did you find them at the pole dancing club?
Exactly.
Because if you did, that's okay. Oh, let me go. I haven't done this yet. Before we really get rolling into things, let me roll through these. We got Speed Limit Challenger up there at the top. Night Train FPV. Of course, Stephen from the Flyby Guys. Artco Drone Solutions. Leonard Oglesby. And Leonard happened to send me an email last week of a very small channel that I highlighted in Coast to Coast Drones. I hope you all got to check that out and go over and get to that channel. Floyd Mopes in the house. Good to see you, sir. It's been a little while. Ron, Flyby, Ron, Leonard, Ron, Idaho Quadcopter saying hello, drone pals. I like that. That's kind of new.
Mr. Crawford.
Okay. Flight of the Mini. Good to see you, sir. Glad to have you in the house. Wait a minute. Did I get that up there? What's up, y'all? Okay. Flight of the Mini is in the house. John Cuppi. He's on the way listening in. Wow. Okay. JSK Enterprises. Thomas Baker. Drone Views Media. Michael McReynolds. Chris Hope. Matt Kundus. Is there anybody I'm missing? Come on, call them out, guys. Ron Hughes.
Sean's got to be here somewhere. Agging on John anytime.
Sean's in his bed.
Yeah, Sean's in bed. We've already verified that.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Really? Who found him in bed?
You know, I have that officially. He's in his bed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, John gets a break then.
Yeah, that's what it's because John gets a night off.
And he ain't here.
Because usually the heckler is it's so. Have you ever seen the banter between them? It's either in chat or on show, Stephen.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Anyway, but okay. So first of all, you had mentioned to me before we went live that you've only been into drones for 4 years. What got you into drones in the first place?
Very good question, Bill. I used to travel a lot in one of my former jobs. And I used to come into Helsinki, and there's a lot of lakes here, a lot of trees here. And I used to always try to find where I lived and try to find the summer cottage and stuff. And it was quite difficult. And always when I was able to find it, I was always surprised at how things looked from above. And that really got me interested into getting a drone, because I always wanted to see what places looked like from above. And I got my first drone 4 years ago. It was a Mavic Pro, and I started a project where I was taking photos of Helsinki from above, and I actually got galleries. I got a lot of attention out of it, and people were really surprised to see their home city in a way that they had never seen before. So basically seeing life from a different perspective. So that's what got me into it. But then at the same time, a good friend of mine, we were out having a couple of drinks one night and some food, and he said to me, "Look, you're becoming quite popular here." He said, "Was there a way that we can monetize this?" You know, and I said, "Okay, I'm not sure." So we were sitting thinking about how we could go forward and what we could do, thinking about inspections, thinking about doing things like real estate and all the rest of it. And then we thought, okay, let's kind of sleep on it and we'll see what we can do. I went home that night. I thought of the name The FLYBY Guys right away. So that night when I got home, I thought of The FLYBY Guys as the name of the company. And I called him the next day and said, "How about we call the company The FLYBY Guys?" And he went, "That's it." And that was it. So that's how things started, and we haven't looked back.
Super cool. And then I had to throw that up. Did you see? He's like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "This is not our normal," because normally it's all us, crazy boys here.
Yeah.
So, and we have a what's the proper term? Are they the old word term?
Diversified.
Well, no, I was going to say Gaelic, but I'm sorry. That's
Gaelic.
Diversified will work. Okay.
At least it wasn't phallic.
Yeah,
That's true. Let's not dance up that pole.
Kind of rings a little bit. That's John's duty to pole.
Dancing up the pole.
I still
Ooh,
can't
pole
believe we'll
dancing.
have to we'll have to razz him about crashing the drone in the pole dance area. Who knows? All right, so something else that you've been playing with kind of neat here lately. Like I know Chuck kind of give us a little bit of an insight on the Mauvert glasses, and then I'm going to go roll back over to what I would consider to be kind of a step above those two. So tell me about the Mauvert glasses, Chuck.
The Epson Moverio BT300s are what I was using for the last, right after I got my Mavic Pro, about the time Stephen got his Mavic Pro, about 6 months after that, December time, I got the glasses. Now I just ordered up the BT40Ss. They're coming out. Well, they're supposed to be out now, but I guess there's delivery issues because of chips or something. But they're AR glasses, so you can see through the glasses. You see the heads-up display of the camera of the drone, and then you can see the drone in the distance. So they're pretty handy for flying.
Okay, so go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah. So there's a company here in Helsinki called Anarchy Labs, and I was approached by them last year. It was just at the beginning of last year, just before the pandemic hit, actually. So it was probably the last event that happened before the kind of everything shut down, where all the drone companies get together in one of the cities here in Finland. And this guy approached me and said, "I have to talk to you about something." I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." And he pitched this thing to me. He pitched this new kind of a solution and development that they were going to work on. So they hadn't even started it yet, but he pitched this to me. And I said, "Well, that sounds interesting." And he said, yeah, great. He says, "Can I have your email address?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." So I gave him my contact details, and that was fine. And then once we had the lockdown, I got a phone call from him, and he said, "Look, we have started this, and I would like to have some advice from you." And that was fine. So I helped him.
Look, there he is. He woke up. He got
Sean, you should be in bed.
You knew it was going to happen.
I did say that, didn't I? I said that. I think we woke him up.
It was the intro music. The intro music did it to him. Okay,
it was too loud.
Anarchy Lab.
Yeah. So basically, long story short, they asked me to work with them as an advisor. So I stepped in as an advisor, and I don't know if you've seen the video that I made last year. I think it was last September, I think. So I made this kind of a reaction video. We couldn't show any of the user interface because it was still under the patent at that point. So they couldn't show anything. So, but they wanted me to try it out, and I took along my stuff and I was just filming it. And then I got their permission to actually release it, and it kind of went mad. It kind of went very, very strong. So, and it helped them get more funding. So everything's now ready. The product is getting released on Friday. I think it's coming out this week. And this is a HoloLens. So this is how it looks. Actually, this is the headset, and it basically just sits on your head like this, and you can still see through. And then you have the HUD. So you have everything, and everything is 3D. So if you think of, I don't know if you've ever seen Minority Report. It's like Minority Report. So you have everything there,
right? Yeah,
and you can move everything, and you can you can press buttons, and you can do configuration and stuff. And then you have the video, and then you have the direction which way the drone's flying, and then you have the 3D world.
But do you need like gloves also to do that, or it will actually
No.
Oh wow!
No, because it's I'll take this off.
Yeah,
it's actually configured to your eye, so you have to do eye configuration when you put it on. And once you put it on and you get the eye config, it knows you look up and down and stuff. So basically, then you go and you can do the settings, and when you look at it, it will do the kind of. It's absolutely incredible. It is going to be a game changer because it's going to help with BB loss.
Ah, very cool.
Because you would be, because you'll be able to keep your eyes in the sky. That time when I use it, or actually when anyone uses it, because it works with the smart controller. So you put it on the smart controller, and you can keep your eyes on the drone the entire time because all the telemetry is in the sky. Everything's in the sky. The video is in the sky. So when I do it, I never have to look down. So when it takes off, your eyes are constantly on the drone, and they don't ever have to leave.
That's super cool. Ron, you got any questions?
How much would those glasses retail for?
Well, the good news is that it's going to be packaged as like a software as a service. So that means that you'll get the software and you'll get the hardware, and you'll be able to pay that each month. So you won't be able to. So if you want to buy it, you can. It will cost you a lot of money. But I think these things cost something in the region of about $2,000 or something. I think they cost.
Stephen, can I stop you just for a second? Are these is this product aimed more at the commercial market, or is it meant more at a hobbyist? It's
aimed more at the commercial side. But it's aimed more at.
I think it's enterprise stuff.
Yeah. So of course, the hobbyists can use it, and the hobbyists can use it. It's just entirely up to you. I mean, I think there'll be many hobbyists out there who will want to use this, but it's going to be a game changer for sure. It's going to be a game changer because having the 3D having the 3D world there, and then having the obstacle avoidance. So, the 3D world. So when you go near a building, it will show you that you're getting near it. There will be a warning showing there. There's plenty of videos now online, so you can see now. We were able to actually release what it actually looks like. Yes, it's very late here, Sean. Yeah. It's very late, but yeah, it's going to be a game changer because and it's aimed at DJI drones, so it's aimed at the smart controller, so that really opens things up.
I saw that too. But so Yuzi's flying a drone. So Stephen, Yuzi's flying a drone. Like a conventional camera drone, and you can see, because that's only one camera. How can you see? If it's a 2D camera, how can you see in 3D with only one lens?
Well, what you do, right? So here.
Hey, Brad.
Hi, John.
Oh,
so here, I can see through, so I can see everything, right? The situational awareness is that I can see everything around me. So if someone comes up to me, I can see them. If someone comes to the side of me, I can see. So I can see my hands right now. I can still see my hands, but everything is translucent.
You can do that with the Moverios. Yeah, that's like the Moverio glasses. Same idea, but they don't look like a blast shield.
Yeah. Right, but can you actually function and use controls with them? Like he was talking about, you have the whole 3D environment that once you sync to your eyes, you can actually do things in the 3D environment. Can you do that with the Moverio glasses?
Oh, hell no.
This is why it's different.
No,
so
this is taking stuff. This seems like it's like this is mind blowing compared to just using the glasses in conjunction with a remote control.
Yeah. It puts you. It's very, very immersive. It puts you in the middle of it, but still giving you the awareness.
That's freaky. So you get the Superman thrill, but being on the ground.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna be like, I gotta have more.
Well, if you go to my channel, you can see, there's 3 videos about it. The kind of middle video is the one where you can actually see, we actually took footage from the UI, and you can see people coming in front, and you can see, you can see with the drone. One of those of you who fly drones, and even even John will know as well. When the drone is quite far away, but you can still see it. If you have to bring it back, if something happens and you have to bring it back, you have to orientate yourself to know which way the drone is pointing. That's a big problem, is you don't know which way the drone is pointing. So you have to kind of like, you know.
That's on your compass, though.
Here,
that's on the compass on your screen.
Yeah, but but the whole point is to keep your eyes in the sky.
Right.
The whole point is to see eyes in the sky.
The glasses I use do the same thing. This is interesting because we're almost like point counterpoint. We're talking two different technologies that do similar stuff. But like, so all my glasses do is bring the Go 4 app or the Fly app, be heads up in front of me with the glasses on. Yeah. And then you look, just like you have a heads up display, those are too. Then you see the drone off to the distance. But if you get disoriented where the drone is, you can look, you can see the compass on Go 4. Oh, yeah, I gotta spin the drone around. I'm going the wrong way or whatever. So the thing that your technology has is that tactile where you can actually control things.
Yes, and
from your shield or whatever that is.
But when you're looking at the drone, you know, and not looking at the compass, not then looking at the controller, but when you're looking at the drone, you know which way the drone is pointing. It actually shows you which way it's actually facing. So when you're flying and it's time to come back, you don't have to look. You don't have to do. You just go. I know it's there, so I just bring it back. And
that's how you do it with my glasses as well. Yeah, it's the same thing with my glasses. You're still using the RC then, Stephen. You're still using the RC at the moment.
You're only using it to control. That's all. But you're not using it to see anything. You're not using it to, you know, all the configuration is done right in front of you. And if you want to change something, you know, it looks stupid because when you see someone, you know, doing it, they're doing this in the middle of the air, and you go, what the hell is that person doing? But they're pressing buttons, and there is speakers in.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's the cool factor that I don't have. Yeah, that's cool.
So you know, and you feel it. You know, you can actually feel it. So when you,
but it does look funny though when you go like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you look completely stupid, you know. That's why, if you're with someone, it's quite okay. If you're there in the middle of nowhere or in the middle of a park or something and you're doing that, people will think you're crazy, honestly, you know. But
the guys in the white coats are going to come and take you away.
Exactly. But, the only way I can describe it is very much like my this Minority Report. So because it's 3D, if you think of a HUD that you have on like an F-16 or something, you know, so you see this kind of you see everything, but it's like that in front of you. This is like that.
But what's crazy is Minority Report's kind of an old movie already, anyway. So some people, but I can still see. I can still see Tom Cruise when he just like whips it out. He's grabbing stuff and he's pulling it in and throwing it here. Yeah, I can still see
that's what it's like. But that is what it's like because you're going, the video screen's up there, but I want to move it over here. I want to have the telemetry over here. I want to move the compass. So you can, but we. So,
I am.
John,
if you fly FPV, you don't look. If you fly FPV, you just get used to looking strange. It doesn't matter.
But actually, where this has come from, John, we will get to your thing in a second. Don't worry, don't worry. We want to know about what happened. But where this has come from, the guys who have developed this, they have come from the RC background, right? Mm-hmm. So they come from the remote control side. So when you fly remote control, you don't have a screen so your eyes are constantly in the sky. So they've come from the RC and they've developed software for drones. But for them to do this like we do with our remotes, that is something that they just can't do because it's not in their DNA because they have that way of thinking. So they're taking the RC
that's where that came from.
Type, and they're giving it to the drone community.
Very interesting.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
So basically,
go ahead.
So basically, you're FPVing the drone with a bunch of controls that you do this with, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of like FPV in a sense, and obviously,
Chuck Moverio's is looking at the Go app.
Yeah.
On the HUD.
I just see the Go app up in front of me, so it's heads up with the drone through it, like it's translucent kind of.
To clear my
Yeah,
mind, it's two different things, right?
Yes, there's two different things.
It's two different things.
You know,
Steven's technology is way more advanced because he can touch the buttons on like something like the Go 4 app. He could actually touch the screen and like change things.
Right,
The
which is absolutely cool.
The virtual screen. That is very cool.
And never take his eyes off the drone. And never take his eyes off.
And never
That's
take
right.
your eyes off. And that
that's
you
cool.
know, and that's one of the things that is they want to bring the pilot's eyes back into the sky. And that really kind of says it all, you know.
I would have loved to have this today. I was just thinking, I really would have loved to have this today because I went out. I'm trying to rescue somebody's RC plane from a tree, right? So it took. I'm full screen. Yeah, full screen. I was trying to rescue somebody's RC plane.
We love
from
you
a
again,
tree
John.
I was trying to rescue some dude's RC plane from a tree, and this tree. Obviously, you have to be careful because the plane is kind of down into it, and I was constantly looking up at the drone, looking at my thing, looking at the drone, looking at the thing, just so I could get into position to try to get it. Of course, I didn't manage to get it down, but I was just thinking, damn, I'm like, I wish I could see the drone and see what I'm doing at the same time. Your solution sounds like that's exactly, like I say, it would have been great today to have that.
Yeah.
It would have been great today to be able to keep an eye on the drone perfectly without... Because, I mean, I could see it out of the corner of my eye when I'm looking down at my radio, but I can't...
A lot of this.
Position it.
Yeah, Chris is like...
But it would be interesting to see how you would react to this, John, because, from an FPV point of view, if you pardon the pun, from an FPV point of view... Sorry, I just... from that point of view, how you would be flying with that, because you are very FPV orientated, right? And I know that you do fly the camera drones, obviously, but you're very, so it would be really interesting to get your reaction to this.
Hey, Chris,
actually on this product, that would be interesting.
I would love to be able to see what that's like for sure. I spend a lot of time in goggles, obviously. So
exactly.
And we never, you can't see what the drone's doing with that. That's your whole product is here.
Yeah. Well, we will be coming to Dallas in August to the Interdrone event. And so if any of you guys are around, it would be great to see you, and you can come.
Texas.
Yeah. Oh,
pretty
okay,
close,
Chris.
right?
Well, Chris, we'll be in Dallas, so you're welcome to come along and try it out because it's Sean.
Go to bed, dude. Just go to bed.
He gets punchy when he's up this late.
What time is it? Cranky. What time is it there anyway? That he's up watching and busting my nuts.
Almost 3.
It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, dude.
Is it almost 3?
He got up to go pee and he turned his computer on.
That's probably what happened, Chris.
Yeah.
It's probably what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But wait a minute. Okay. Oh wow. So you're Lou Costello? Oh wait a minute. No, who was it? Was Lou was the tall guy, wasn't he? Or was Lou the little guy?
Abbott Costello.
But Apple was the tall straight. Lou Costello was the pudgy, funny guy.
Okay, Lou was the little guy.
Costello's chunky dude.
That's what I thought.
So John,
it's not from my era.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's okay. I just thought that was kind of funny that it came out. Because only the old people on the panel would have recognized that. Who's on first?
I think more people have seen the "Who's on First" clip on YouTube than you might think. So I knew who they were.
I don't know who's on third.
I just couldn't remember which one was shorter or not.
Who's on third?
No, I don't know.
Who's on first?
Steve.
We're gonna do this.
Back to Dallas, Stephen. You come to Dallas? When you coming to Dallas, bro?
Coming over. When is it? Interdrone is the. I just got my email from Interdrone tonight, actually, to send me my ticket. So it's going to be. When is the date? Is it the 19th of August? I think.
How's the weather in Dallas on the 19th of August, Chris?
Hotter than Hades.
I was gonna say hotter than Hades is about right.
Bring your air conditioner.
9th of August, 9th until the 12th of August.
9, 10, 11, 12. All right.
That's
better bring some.
Bring your summer gear, Stephen.
I'll bring the summer gear.
Bring some Finland in a bag so that you'll be more comfortable.
Shorts.
Yeah.
Sunscreen.
Yeah. Well, it just depends. Yeah. Okay, so what are you going to do in Dallas? You're gonna discuss the new software and everything. Oh, and I want to get back to the other subject. You were talking about it being a subscription service. What kind of numbers would the subscription be about? Like monthly? Okay.
Yeah, you're looking at monthly. Yeah, it's going to be a monthly, and I think from an enterprise point of view, it's going to be affordable. It is going to be affordable because it's bringing more value in a sense. Because if you think that if you have BV loss, you have to have a spotter, and if you have to pay someone to be a spotter, if you're not paying that person, then you're having something else, and it's giving you a bit more value. So it does become affordable in that sense.
I'd love to be a professional spotter. I can make some extra cash.
Well, the thing about it too is I liked how he politely told us that it was going to be too expensive for hobby pilots.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
But you said from an enterprise standpoint, it's going to be beneficial.
In a finished way, you did.
I can see the dollar signs going. Bing, bing, bing.
I think there's going to be people who. I think there's going to be people who try this out and they're just going to go, I want to have this.
For sure.
Because
turn your head for 5 minutes, I will.
Because it is really cool, and these are very comfortable. These are extremely comfortable. So it's you look a bit silly, but then you look a bit cool. You're sitting doing this, so.
Hey, Stephen, the key question is if you're bringing them to Dallas, what is the maximum temperature that they will perform in?
That's a very, very good question, Ron. That's an extremely good question. And I think that's something that we're going to be able to test when we come to Dallas.
You will.
That's maybe we get Chris to do that.
And then we'll have a whole new sci-fi film and it'll just melt into his head. And the circuitry will bind to his soul.
Chris, A New Hope.
Yeah.
Chris, it's a
New Hope.
Could have delayed that until Spin Up, and he could have presented to the whole Spin Up gang in Austin.
I was talking about this actually with Sean. So Sean obviously is probably going to be part of Spin Up this year, and we were talking about that actually. We were talking about how could we take this, over to Spin Up. So that has been something which has been a discussion, because I think that all you guys, I think the whole community will love this, and I think they would be queuing up. They would be queuing up to, go and. Just go and try it out, so. But it's been in discussions, yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Super. Okay.
Super impressive.
So have you flown any of the new drones that are out now, or are you completely into the commercial side of things?
Well, I've not flown the Air 2S because I've not had a need for it. I have I personally have a Phantom 4 version 2 and a Mavic 2 Pro. So I have the 1-inch sensor with the aperture. That's an odd
good one. I just saw that. That's a good one.
That's just an odd question to just throw randomly into the chat.
You never
know. Sean's asking about what we can't talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Agent man.
Speak about what we can't speak
Classified.
about. So, as much as I would be interested in the Air 2S, I've not been too interested in it, basically because it doesn't have the variable aperture. But I think it would be a really, really good drone to use from a professional side, because if you're doing things like, if you're doing photogrammetry, if you're doing maybe 3D mapping and stuff, you don't need the variable aperture because you really should use the auto mode anyway. So, the Air 2S does have its uses. I think from the professional side, it's not a bad drone actually, because you don't need the variable aperture, and you don't need to have raw imaging. So being able to lock down the aperture and just use JPEG, I think it would be fine. So not a bad drone, but I don't need one. Hi, Stevie. How you doing? See him down there.
I heard the Case Shot's doing a comparison of the Mavic 2 Pro to the Air 2S. And he said I'm going to like what he has to say. I'm a Mavic 2 Pro guy myself.
Yeah, I'm a Mavic 2 Pro. Obviously, I seen your video last week that you had on the International Drone Day, which was very good, and I suspected that it was a Mavic 2 Pro. That's why I think I asked you, was this a Mavic 2 Pro? I think I asked you specifically for that. Yeah, but it was.
Stephen, one more question about the goggles. You mentioned that they were kind of intended to use with DJI drones. Would they also be compatible with the Autel Evo 2 series of drones, which the Pro model there has the 1-inch sensor with the variable aperture that you prefer?
We are in discussions with another company who are planning to give us some hardware where that can be developed. The Autel range is not fully available here. You can buy it here, but it's not that popular. I've never seen anyone. I've never even flown one myself. But I know they have the new smart controller out, so I'm not sure the level of Android, but they have been talking about doing that. It will be a little bit further down the line in terms of roadmap, but yeah, it's in the plan that if they just have to get all the hardware and then look at it and assess it and say, can we do this? And it shouldn't be an issue, but of course, once everything is out in the open, then they will know, because now they have just integrated the Mavic Enterprise, Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic Air 2, Phantom 4 version 2, and they're waiting now to see if they can get a hold of a Mavic, an Air 2S, and then they can actually put that in there as well. So then you will be able to use the Air 2S with this. So you wouldn't have to use the FPV goggles. You could have situational awareness, So it would be very cool, very, very cool.
Right.
Okay, so
great information. Thank you.
Here's another quick thing too. Don't they periodically drop the Evo 2 to this price that it's at right now?
Well, Hot Rod was telling me this isn't the first time that they dropped the Evo 2 to $11.99, at least at Best Buy. They've done it in the past. So, yeah, this is not the first time.
Well, and I had heard part of the reason that they were doing it is because they just weren't selling.
Yeah, I have no idea what the sales are on those drones.
I just got the Autel in today.
Wait,
what? Yeah, check it out. Oh,
is it,
wait.
Has it got a crack in it yet?
Has it got a crack in it yet?
I think I got scammed, guys. I don't think this is the Autel. Forget about that. Forget about that.
It's spelled different, right, John?
What is that?
Just a little different.
The C-Fly Faith 47?
That is the JJRC X17 with a 2-axis gimbal and brushless motors for $140 or something like that.
You say from our friends over at JJRC?
Yes. Should be interesting.
Makers of fine drones everywhere.
Should be interesting, right, Ron?
I'm waiting for your first test flight.
Absolutely.
I'll get the soda and popcorn ready.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck is a few margaritas in, folks.
I'm afraid so.
Cinco de Mayo. Is that like a pollock?
Yeah. What was next to P?
Did you have salt rib on that, Chuck?
There was. It's gone now.
Okay, good man.
Well, didn't you send her to get
the
you another
one?
refill?
Third one in the same glass,
We're licking her down.
Oh, so
That's right.
Ron, has there been a word out about the Hudson Mini yet? Anything about a release date or?
Well,
Actual-
a couple websites it's now available to order pre-order on a couple different sites. Bad Goods, one of them, and Geek Spine is another one.
What's the
Yeah,
price?
but do they have a real price, Ron? Because
The price vary. It could be $4.99, it could be $6.99, it could be anywhere in between. The price isn't the same. It's different on every website.
I saw $999 on Bang Goods.
Yeah, well,
so
that's
just a
Smell a
placeholder
lottery?
price. Yeah.
Do we smell a lottery?
They didn't do a lottery for the FLYBY Mini, so maybe not.
Are you familiar with any of these drones we're talking about, Stephen?
Absolutely not. I mean, I have seen all the stuff that's been going on, but we don't have it. We don't have much information here at all. Only from what's been maybe the same as you guys. So I've been keeping an eye on those.
The other question I wanted to ask you: have you ever dabbled or have you ever dipped into the dark side? We called FPV.
You mean the FPV got? Yeah, it's funny. Funny you should say that because I do have an FPV which I got a discount code from John a few months ago. I think it was last year, John. You were giving me Banggood codes, and I got one. So I got a little whoop. I haven't actually tried it yet, but I do have it. It's in the cupboard there, and I need to get out and I need to start doing it. I need to, yeah. So I'm dabbling. I'm about to dabble with the dark side.
If you were going to tell me it was the Tiny Hawk Freestyle, I was going to have a conniption fit.
It actually. Do you want me to show you?
No, if you can, that's cool. Yeah, go grab it. Because the funny inside joke is I ordered one during the I don't know, that China, they were refusing stuff phase. Mine got turned around in San Francisco or San Diego? I don't know which one of those two, and sent back. And then John got his test a week later.
Yeah, I know. I got it and he didn't.
And he was like, you don't want that one anyway, Bill. It's the shitty one to try to learn on.
Yep.
You don't want that one. That's the Tiny Hawk 2. That's the 2.
That's the one I had.
That's the 2, yeah. That's the 2.
I had that one.
Ready to fly,
you had that one, Ron?
That's the one I sent back.
You sent it back. That's the story.
Yeah, he sent it back. That drone actually appreciated in value lately. The prices on all the Tiny Hawk stuff, it all went up because of the chip
I should have held
shortage.
then.
You know what the kit runs for now, Ron? They want like $220 for the full Tiny Hawk kit now.
Oh man, I could have got it for about $180 a year ago.
You're right, exactly.
I got it. I got it really cheap. I think I paid something like I think I paid $150 because you had a code.
Yep, I had
the code. Yeah.
Yep, and I ended up using the same code to buy the kit just because I wanted it, and then I did a little review on it. But now it's like $220, $210, very expensive because of the chip shortage.
Yeah, true.
I'm darn chips.
Did you all see this? And I wanted to call it out because actually, Sean, wait. Actually, those are specifically generated codes just for Sean. They won't work for anyone else.
I won't screw anybody over except Geeks Vana. Don't worry, guys. Just
Is there, John? Is there a special Geeks Vana code on that FPV drone?
Is there a special 4. Geeks Vana coupon code?
Yeah.
The X4.
I shouldn't answer this one. I shouldn't answer this one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, now you got left us all hanging, man. It's like he had the answer in his head and it was so fucking good. He's like,
whoa, Bill's dropping the F-bombs. You're gonna get complaints now.
No, this is
we're unmonetized again.
Yup, demonetized.
All my streams are adult. Thank you. Everything on my channel is adult.
This is adult. This is a mature stream. What?
There's only one video on my entire channel that's for children, and you can't even comment on it. So don't worry about it. Oh my God. I mean, I still need like almost 1,000 watch hours. You think it's going to happen tonight? No.
Hey, Geeks Vana, put up the coupon code, Bill.
Wait,
Keep
I
on
see
going
this
to the chat, Bill.
I like Marcel's better. Marcel's is better. Marcel's is better.
I'm going to try that one, Marcel.
Here we go.
$3.99. The free Willy.
Hashtag.
No, that's not your code is bend me over, I'll drive. Sorry, I'll get. Now that was bad. I'll get. I went out there on that one. Okay.
I'm going to try those codes. Who knows? I could get a heck of a deal.
Would be something if one of these?
You might need some penicillin, though, Ron.
Well, maybe there's a coupon code for that, Chris.
Ooh, well, and that one took us completely off the rails.
Now we're definitely demonetized.
Absolutely.
We're out in tall weeds
A
now.
little while.
Woo!
It'll come back.
We've been swerving off the road quite a bit tonight, though. Haven't you noticed that?
Well, it all started with old Chuck up there.
I need a soundboard for when we really go off subject and you just hear this car going.
We're gonna get.
I blame Sean.
That's true. He's gonna get in trouble.
Oh,
yeah, we're gonna give. Finland's gonna, be mad at him.
No, he said actually that when his wife gets up for her morning coffee here in a little bit, she'd be like, "Oh, you're speaking with your drone friends again?" Okay. Because my wife's like, "Are you ever coming to bed?" Oh, just 5 more minutes.
I know.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
I have the same thing. The show is only going to be like an hour and 30 minutes.
But honey,
it's way past an hour and 30 minutes.
But honey, it's John Cuppi. It's John Cuppi, honey.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's John Cuppi. He's got a coupon code. I gotta wait until he gets
No,
it.
my wife goes, "Did Billy Kyle message you?"
The old Billy Kyle.
And then it's just like, oh.
Oh, Billy.
Oh,
Romance.
Billy, he's so fine. He's so fine. Oh, Billy.
He's playing hockey tonight because I'd invited him. I thought it would be cool for him and Stephen to meet each other. Sergio, are you delivering our packages or are you already home?
How
What's up?
are you, sir?
Go to the neighbor's house.
He went to the neighbor's house.
Yeah, like your food. Aren't they going to the neighbor's house?
No, we already took care of all that. I finally got my money back and everything, and then they apologized and gave me a couple of discounts. And I got some free stuff here and there.
Let this go.
They
Can't
sent to
let
the
this
wrong
joke
place.
go.
What do you mean just going to let it go?
Everything Bill orders goes to his neighbor's house, basically.
No, just the one thing.
Just Applebee's.
Just the
Just
good
the one
stuff.
thing.
And the Tiny Hawk went to me.
And the
I was
other-
just going to
the
say
other-
the
yeah.
Tiny Hawk went
And
to
the
John.
other-
Tiny Hawk went
the
to
other-
me. The Applebee's went to somebody else. I mean, he just gets screwed all over.
Let's just hope Bill's Mavic 3 doesn't go to the neighbors.
We need something. Mavic 3.
Mavic 3.
Mavic 3.
Ooh, Mavic 3.
Or
Pro
M3,
3,
do we-
probably.
M3, yeah, I do think that it's going to be the 3 Pro. I think they have to step up a little bit with this one. I think, maybe this Air 2S is just getting rid of some of the old stock, some of the old parts, and
Wow, a lot of people who just switched are going to be upset with that one.
Well, they are going to be upset because they took the bait. They took the DJI bait. They got something that's not really it's not an upgrade
hang
from
on,
the
hang
2
on.
Pro.
All right,
It's
you
kind of a side grade.
Yeah.
I said to
I
Sean.
actually have a different take on that because of what's going on with the entity list stuff.
Okay.
That's straight.
Oh,
off
go ahead.
the card.
I was gonna say finish what you're saying. I was just thinking.
Yeah,
something
keep talking. Just keep talking. But
Yeah,
that's
go ahead.
Straight off.
No,
the card.
I was just saying to Sean that I think just a few days before the Air 2S came out, I said it's not going to be long. As soon as the Air 2S comes out, I said I guarantee we're going to see leaks for the Mavic 3 or whatever the 3 is going to be, and that literally
Guaranteed.
happened. It did literally happen, and however much of that design that we're seeing with the under. The props that are actually underneath, which looks like Skydio, but in actual fact, I think it's not really Skydio as well because the M300 has those props that are underneath. So I mean, DJI have been using that design, just not on the smaller drones. They've been using that design on one of the larger drones. So I think people have been quite negative about that, let's say, proposed design that is coming out, or which might be coming out, and saying that it is copying Skydeal, but they already have it. So it will be interesting to see.
I've got a little drone up here from Cheerson, made years ago. It's got a set of inverted props on it, so it was not something new or big deal.
No.
That was for the optics. That was so the sensors could see. That's why Skydio did it.
Yeah.
To get the 360 optical avoidance.
What I just wonder is how affected is DJI when it comes to giving something radically new going forward when it comes to the whole entity list thing? Because, you know, you kind of right. If you look at the Mavic Air 2, yeah, they may have had that in the pipeline, and certainly they've probably have a lot of the same existing chips and all that stuff. You know, Huawei, the phone company, when they were entity listed, they bought... Oh, I'm full screen again. Awesome. Huawei, the phone company, when they were entity listed, they bought up chips like crazy, so that way they could have a stockpile to produce their phones for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if DJI might be in a position where that's the only thing they can do for now, while they kind of think about what they're going to go ahead and do for the future, because they can't get certain technology that might make the Mavic Air 3 awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already seen on the FPV side that for no apparent reason, CADX, a third-party company, is producing DJI's Air unit. Well, why are they doing that? Apparently, DJI says that due to some supply issue, they can't produce the Air unit, but this third-party small company that's not even close to their size is able to produce it. I mean, we've already seen what I think are some weird effects as a result of the entity listing, and I just wonder if DJI is going to be a very different company years down the road. You know, it's an interesting time for them with that, and I wonder how it affects their future development plans.
I think their future development plans are well laid out. I mean, whether there was ever going to be a Phantom 5, or whether it is, whatever there's going to be the M3 or whatever. I mean, I personally would like to see something different. I would like to see a different kind of design. I would like to see the next generation. They went from the Phantom. They went now, they're now having the Mavic, and that body kind of, that it has become iconic the same way as the Phantom design was iconic. Is it time for something else? I think so. I think it's time for something else. But, of course, with the shortage of hardware that we have at the moment, that may not be possible.
That's another great point. Between the chip shortage and the entity listing, they've got two problems. They've got the ability to get chips cheaply, and with the entity list, they can't get anything that's new. Like, I believe the Mini 1, for example, uses an Ambarella chip. I don't think the Mini 2 does. But, for example, like, let's say they come out with a better CPU or sensor, then DJI can't access that. DJI can't contract with them to get access to that technology. I believe some of the video transmission hardware is by a company called Corvo or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, to do the OcuSync stuff. That I believe has American ties, or it's an American technology company. So it's just like, I wonder how much they are wondering, when may we be off this list? And just making the Air 2S is really easy if they've got all this stuff stockpiled. It gives them some time to kind of figure out, how does the future fit into our roadmap? Some of the stuff that they've already developed, maybe they'll have to redevelop it, because now they've got to source the technology from somewhere else if they stay on this entity list for the long term. So
exactly,
it's a lot they have on their plate right now, because they were really throwing a curveball by that. Maybe they saw it coming though. Maybe they saw it coming.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they'd seen it coming. But I mean, if you look back to a year ago, when when the first Mini was released. What was it over a year ago? And we were very surprised at the Mini 2. And then we were very surprised at the Air 2S. So those were two drones that I mean, I'm sure, 4 months before those drones came out, if we were heard of that, we would have lost a bet that those drones would have come out, because we would not have expected it. So there's something going on there. If they're throwing these drones, if they're producing these drones just like that, there's something going on. There's something there, which is because I mean I got a Mini 2. I bought one when I was in Dubai doing my secret stuff, and I only bought it because I wanted to capture, the desert and all the rest of it, and do some, do some stuff there. But I was really surprised at how good a drone it was. It was actually it's a very nifty little drone. It can handle, very well. I mean, the video quality is good. The image quality for the size of it and the price of it is also very good. I wouldn't have entertained the first Mini because it doesn't have raw imaging, doesn't have 4K. So it just wasn't something that interests me at all. But the Mini 2, I actually carry it in my bag. It's just one of those small. It just fits in the bag, and it's good to take out, good to throw up, and so it does have a purpose.
It's small. It's
friendly. It is quiet. It is quiet. Yeah, it is quiet.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's interesting times. It's definitely interesting times.
Something I wanted to address real quick. Drone Shots was trying to get me. Everybody might have seen it already. Is the tornado video, and as soon as I went to that link, there's this big banner across the top of it that says "Not for broadcast."
Yeah,
I'm not going to rebroadcast their channel over something that says, but it's there was a drone in a tornado. I had posted it a couple of times yesterday.
Yeah,
and,
you did.
And so, go check it out because it's incredible. The views this drone gets are unreal. But yes, go check out that link that he posted.
Give the guy the views, man, because that guy risked his life for that YouTube video. I mean,
I'm pretty sure did the drone survive? That was my question.
No.
That was all on his phone, right?
I guess so, right? That's the only way. Yeah, you get the phone footage.
Wasn't there someone last year who actually got some footage of a tornado? Wait. One.
Oh God. Okay, keep going. Yeah. All right.
Someone did capture some footage of a tornado, but they were passing. It was a tornadoes that were kind of in the distance, but they were kind of close enough where it would be dangerous, and it looked absolutely stunning. I have to try and find that actually. But yeah, it was something similar, but it didn't get sucked into it.
Dorothy.
It didn't lose it.
I think he needs another one.
Like Dorothy and Twister?
A bit like Dorothy,
yes.
yes.
Like Dorothy.
A bit like Dorothy. Yeah.
Well, the thing about it was you can feel yourself kind of clenching as you watch that video because you can see the funnel cloud heading that way.
I know.
And he does not move, man. He just stays right there.
No, he's not afraid.
Are you just gonna? It's like, well, if somebody told me that, if you sacrifice your drone, I'll buy you a new one. I'd be like, hell yeah!
The volcano stuff, like the guy who flew into the volcano.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, if you think of the footage that's been released over the past, let's say, let's say 2 months, we've had the bowling alley, we've had the volcano, we've had the tornado. We're kind of been spoiled in a sense by, it just shows you how these drones are being used to, to entertain, in a sense, educate but inform, and this is amazing because
last call was 20 minutes ago.
Ding 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 ding.
Not unless he's gonna mix
soon. She's gone right now.
Not unless he mixes it himself,
I see the tequila that's out of the corner of my eye. Like, just get the
what were you gonna say, Chris?
I said, chug it. Go get you another one.
Go and get one, Chuck. You're all right. Okay, we'll still be here.
Yeah, we'll stay.
We'll still be here.
We'll still be here.
Right,
everyone
get down.
Tequila. All right, I could have just. Yeah, he didn't go that far away. You just gonna shoot tequila? You're gonna do? Let's go get you a lime, and just fire away.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not.
No.
I almost couldn't tell. It was too blurry.
Oh, that's that Wi-Fi where he's at. So anyway, Jose Cuervo Especial. Oh,
it's the cheap stuff for mixing. That's right.
Don't you remember? I remember when I was younger, my uncles used to drink El Toro tequila with the little caps on the top, and you can play with. You can spin the cap off. It was like a little sombrero, plastic sombrero that's on top of it, and that's all they ever got.
Did I see Lawrence do a shot tonight?
He did one with Johnny Drumflyer and Ray Kelly, I think, didn't he?
Okay, yeah.
I believe he was on their show tonight.
Yeah, I seen him doing a shot, and I wasn't sure if it was if it was a shot or if it was something else.
So there's Wednesdays are packed. There's because it starts out with Lawrence and them, and then they moved over from Sundays to Wednesdays, and then me, and then right like 30 minutes after me is Dono, and he chews up like a big part of our audience. And then when Ken's not on, you got Jake Sloan on also. So a lot of people are like bouncing back because Jake is very straightforward, very, very, technical, gives you all your information. And we tend to drive off the road a lot. We tend to
like drunks, like me.
We can be completely sober and tend to drive off the road a lot. You never know what's going to come out on here. This now I've seen you on Lawrence's and Herman's show before on Wednesdays, and they had pretty good. They started out like we did. They started out way off the rails today. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, I think they had some technical issues tonight. I think they had some technical problems, which didn't help them in a sense, So.
They did the walk of shame. Man, Damien had to go do the walk of shame.
I like this. This is
oh my goodness.
NASA's going to send Matt Damon to retrieve the ingenuity drone. Oh, that was kind of cool.
That is cool as all get out.
What? The ingenuity drone?
Yes.
Oh, but now they're calling it a helicopter. Now it's a helicopter. It's not a drone anymore.
It's unmanned, so it's still technically an unmanned aerial system, which is a drone.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
a drone.
Yeah. It's only a helicopter for the press who don't understand. That's all. The press will call it.
Yeah, but the reason being is they need to go ahead and call it a drone because they want all this commercialism with drones. Why not take advantage of it and go ahead and be like, oh, yes, it's a drone on Mars. And soon we're going to have these commercially flying everywhere, bringing you your packages and your well-needed transplant organs.
Kroger is now delivering drones. Isn't that crazy? Or not delivering groceries.
But this is something.
I'm going to go with those potato guns that shoot the nets.
But this is something that we should even discuss now because we've been having this discussion with Bill and stuff, and Bill, you've been saying that you fear for the hobby side.
Marcus was making a joke, Ron.
Marcus,
I don't think Ken's on. I don't think Ken's on tonight. I don't know, but anyway.
I got a notification he was.
Oh, okay. He came on. So okay, cool. Anyway, go ahead.
I was making a joke too, Bill. I didn't think Marcus was actually the guest.
Well, he was on like a couple of months ago, wasn't he?
I think so.
Did he drink a whole lot? I didn't know. They don't want to call it a drone to have it compared to the military ones. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
They don't want to be compared to a hobbyist, is what it is.
Well, it's just semantics, is like it always is.
A little bit beyond visual line of sight, I'd say.
Yeah, but the military drones, they have more accidents than the hobbyists. Military drones. Now that is a fact. So if you count up the accidents that are caused by all the drones in the world, the majority are done by the military.
But they don't. They tend to. You would say that, but they tend to send them into a more hazardous situation to begin with.
Sure.
So yeah, of course they're going to be.
Yeah.
The odds are going to be more.
But again, but if you look at the amount of drones that have been sold, I mean, there's something like, I think it's something like 2.5 million drones have been sold in the US alone last year, and that's just that's that's a hell of a lot of drones. Think of how many drones have been sold the years before. Think how many drones have been sold this year, and think how many drones are going to be sold in the next few years.
Right.
It's a hell of it. I mean, you're looking at well over 10 million.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's just in the US alone. I read a statistic that 9% of the population in the US have a drone. There you go. 9%.
That's a bigger number than I would have thought.
I wouldn't have thought it would have been that high.
I wouldn't have thought that high either.
I don't think it is. I think like I have
maybe
3
if
of
you,
them.
maybe if you include all the
multiples.
minis and stuff too. I mean, that I could see that if you throw that in. Like
know
the
what?
Cheersons and stuff.
Yeah, you know what, Stephen? That number is kind of like not a good number because that it may be 9%, but they're based on total. So that doesn't count for people that own. Most guys have 20 drones.
Oh yeah,
a lot of guys have 20 drones.
Or
right. So it's a few people have all these drones.
but I think that's just the average that they have.
Right.
It
It's just all skewed because of the large amount of collections of drones individual users have. John, how many drones have you owned in your lifetime?
Oh my God, Ron, I don't even know, dude.
See,
but I'm not a
John
normal case.
John counts for 1% of that himself.
no, you are a normal case, John. Trust me.
Let's be fair, Ron. I am not a normal case.
Here's the deal.
Your edge case, right?
Any person that flies a drone more than 10 times is going to get hooked like all of us, and they're going to buy a bunch of drones. But if they fly it a couple of times and they don't get the hang of it, they throw it away. That's it. Then they won't mess with it anymore. But if you get a knack for it pretty quick, you won't walk away from it. I can tell you.
Right.
I just don't see it happen.
Yeah, I bet, Bill, drones are the new cigarette or new drug or whatever. The new
at least for
caffeine.
us tech nerds. What, is she dropping hints, John?
No.
He was like expecting it. He was like looking down the hallway.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Yeah, he's looking for his next drone delivery. A UPS or FedEx is around the corner right now.
Oh, exactly. Ron, for me, that's so easy. I don't even have to worry about that.
No, he's actually expecting the Mother's Day gift that he secretly ordered and will be arriving any time now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's it.
And John's like, oh, shit, Mother's Day is Sunday.
No.
You
No,
remember
I
that? Okay.
I mailed cards today. Gigantic cards.
Ah, cool.
Delivered by drone.
Well, we're all just kind of like...
No, deliver by drone. No, screw that. Hey, what do you guys think of Kroger's whole drone initiative? What do you guys think? It's just going to catastrophically fail? You think it's going to work? I mean, there's a lot of talk about Kroger delivering some groceries. I guess they can only carry up to 5 pounds. They can only carry up to 5 pounds. And I know that the delivery area is limited, but, I just don't see it.
John, I don't have a Kroger's already in the Northeast, so I don't have to worry about it. There's no Kroger within hundreds of miles of me.
I used to live near a Kroger. I don't now.
Okay. Chris, you got a Kroger down there in East Texas?
About 45 minutes from me.
Okay.
It's a that's a lot of battery power.
I think for any company to do that kind of service, they have to have the value. They have to be able to, justify it for quite a long time. Every time you see that there's, if it's Amazon or if it's someone else, and they're doing drone deliveries, it's always the end thing for 5 minutes and then it disappears. It just doesn't happen. And probably with the supermarket, it's probably something similar that, we want to try it out, but most of the time there's never any data, and whatever money is going to get invested into it, it will be wasted and it won't happen. I don't see drone deliveries being a thing. I honestly don't. I think within the medical side, I think for medical deliveries, yes, I think it's going to be a thing. I think you'll find that there'll be drones flying between hospitals because it's necessary.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's one question. I've been holding this one question for the whole show.
I know this is coming, Bill. I know it's coming.
Here's the one because I've been holding this. So, everybody on the panel, what do you think of the commercial industry pushing the hobby out of the skies? Do you think that's going to happen or not? And I'm going to go to John Cuppi first. What do you think, John?
Do I have to go first on this one?
Yeah, because I know what Steven's going to say. He's been waiting on this. He's been preparing.
I know what I'm going to say, too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to Chuck first. Chuck's already prepared. Chuck, what do you think?
Jeff Bezos has been working on this for years. Yeah, he's going to squeeze us out as soon as he can. We're like fruit flies to him. We're in his way. He wants us out of the way. I don't know what they're going to... If they give us 150 feet above ground level, I'll be happy, honestly, if I get that. Get me above the tree line, I'm good.
What about, I'll take 200 because that's kind of what they had talked about before.
That's even better. But I'm thinking something like that, Bill, because if most of your best shots are really within 150 feet above ground level anyway. That's where you get in. You're going to get a good perspective, but you're not going to be a mile away from everything.
All right, hang on just a second. Ron, give me your opinion, and then you can go ahead and speak to everybody.
My opinion is that I don't think they're going to, the commercial market, especially the delivery commercial market, is going to push hobbies out in the near future. I'll use 10 years as the near future, so I don't think drone deliveries are going to take over the next 10 years.
Okay, and you wanted to do something else? And you want to tell everybody good night?
Good night, everyone, and thanks for everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. You have a good group in there, as always, some great comments, and I want to give a special shout-out for Stephen from the FLYBY Guys for joining us tonight and providing us some great information. His new 3D goggles, they look awesome. I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about them. Who knows, maybe I could be in Dallas in August.
Look forward to it, Ron. Thank you very much, Ron. Thank you.
And the rest of the panel, Chuck, Chris, John,
and don't forget,
Bill, thanks for having me on tonight.
And you'll be back next week for getting your 107 as we're going to go through that again.
Okay.
I'll
get with Mike Wright and get him on with us.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Night.
See you later. Bye-bye, Ron.
Cheers, Ron.
Yeah, Ron's going to go order his Hudson Mini Pro right now.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Going to get in while he can.
Nice.
Let's see Curioso saying that. Yep. Okay, so
Chris,
I because it's kind of varied more than I thought it would be right now. Because I don't think we can coexist. I mean, I think that there would like it to be harmonious, but I got a feeling that there's going to be too many issues with the two in the air together. That there's going to be some people that are still going to be rogue enough to where they're not going to follow the rules, and they're going to put something up in the air that's not going to have remote ID, and then eventually it's going to cause the hobby to get kicked to the curb. But that's my opinion.
I think that you have a very, 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 let's say, valid point there, Bill. I think you have a valid point. However, they do have to have segregated airspace. I'm with Ron here. I don't see drone deliveries. I don't see this busy airspace that has been the prediction for the past 5 years because way too many venture capitalists have had their money burned. Many venture capitalists have put a lot of money. They put up to 25 million, up to 30 million, and they haven't got anything back. They've got nothing back for it because all of it's not just that you have shops or you have big industries do these things. They need to get the data back. They need to get all the data back and study that data, and they need to be able to validate that data, and they haven't been able to do that. So nobody wants to invest anymore. Because it's money that's going to go down the drain. You have Man Drone from Ireland who have just got 125 million to expand over to the States, which is great. I know Bobby, and I know he's going to use that money wisely, but it won't go very far. It will not go very far. 125 million is not a lot of money.
No, not when you need those kind of drones.
Yeah, it's
serious tech.
Yeah, and so but you raised a good point there, Bill. You said that rogue drone flyers and blah blah blah. This is the problem. I'm probably going to get not so nice comments here, but the problem here is not the FAA. The problem is not the CAA. It's not the authorities, and the problem is the people who fly very, very dangerously and fly illegally. That's the problem, and that's what's going to kill the hobby. If we don't nail this down, the hobby will be taken away because of people like that. It's not the authorities, because you can't fight the authorities. You can work with the authorities. I don't think they'll take us away, but But in the same sense of the word, how can you be like we were talking? I showed the guys a video just yesterday, and it's very, 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 very questionable. There's footage of flying over people, over automobiles. Actually, you can see a helicopter fly by in frame in one of the shots. So I'm like, you don't want to be a bad guy. You don't want to be the dick in the room. You don't want to be the guy that said, "Oh, yeah, that's too far," and you turn them in. But in the same sense of the word, what the hell do you do? Well, again, this is a conversation which we have probably not had in the community, and I do want to commend you for bringing this up because many people are scared to talk about it because they don't want to get pushed down. The people who are commenting on this are not the bad guys. They're actually the good guys because they want to protect the hobby. We want to fly. I want to fly. Even though I'm in the commercial side, I'm also a hobbyist. I want to fly. We want to fly. And we shouldn't be looking at the authorities and saying, "You're the bad guys." We should be looking a bit more closer to home. Well, yeah, I'm not. I totally. The more I think about it, is yes, we need. But the whole point is, and we're going to have to police them because the money's not there for them to physically come out and take care of these people. They're not going to have FAA officers that are going to go around busting rogue pilots. Yeah, it's true. But we're not the only hobby part of aviation. There are other parts of hobby aviation. We have glider pilots. We have, you have parachutists, you have hot air balloons. There are many other sides to the hobby that are not just us, and they self. Let's not use the word police. They self-regulate. They look after themselves. That's something that they do because they respect what they do and they understand that it's aviation. I think that there's many people in the hobby side who don't understand that this is aviation, that we're actually flying. Yeah. That there are helicopters flying, not just civil aviation, but there's helicopters. There's also, you have air ambulances and stuff like that. We do share that airspace and we have to be very, very careful. And some people just, they will openly say, "I don't care. I'll do what I want." Those people are the ones that are going to destroy us. Jody, you need to make a T-shirt of that. DEA on the front and drone enforcement agent on the back. You need to make a T-shirt of that, man. Yeah, seriously, you do, man. That's awesome.
I like it.
And drone enforcement agent. Let's see what Stephen is police. A true professional trying. Yeah, I did you notice that I highlighted that, and then when he completely blew you off, I took it down.
He's typing now, though.
Well, no, the funny is he's like, "Shut the hell up, Sean. Have you been drinking too? Go to bed." Sean's just Sean. Yeah, but I do actually. This is I wish there were more channels that would discuss this. It has to be discussed because it's going to be a problem. It is. It is a problem, and from what you're saying is that the FAA or any authorities are going to push the hobby out. This is why it will happen, because the more drones that are sold, as we know that there's more and more being sold, that means there's more traffic, and more traffic means more education. And if they're not educated enough, it's, I don't want to sound very, I don't want to sound authoritative here, but we need to make sure that everyone keeps within the rules. Otherwise, we won't be able to fly.
Well, and see, that's kind of the moral.
We're supposed to be
dilemma
ambassadors
that we always talk about with amongst ourselves. Is like, what do you do? Because this particular situation, I referred back to Michael in Philadelphia, and they're pointed out, well, it is Philadelphia, and I'm like, well, the whole point is mostly what Michael was doing was flying over buildings and stuff, and he really, except for the stupidity when he was doing the live videos when he blatantly would fly right over people, he was doing stuff pretty much on the up and up. And this particular video that I'm talking about, I don't know. It was pretty bad.
Well,
Yeah.
it was there. It was evident. People, cars, traffic. It had a full meal deal, Bill.
Yeah, and then and you're like, the thing about it is the FAA doesn't watch YouTube, and it's probably not going to see this particular person.
Oh no, they do. They do.
Oh well, they say that they don't watch that much.
Yes, they do, and they also watch the channels as well. So they are monitoring everything. And it's the same in the UK. It's the same here in Finland. The authorities are watching, and that all becomes a statistic. It becomes a negative statistic against us.
Oh, whoa! I didn't know what happened to your Air 2S, Leonard. Does anybody know any info on what happened to his original Air 2S?
Nope.
But let me go back. I still have that loaded. I wanted to show. It was straight off of the card. It's a JPEG image too, and I was just like stunned because the clarity, the depth, everything from this is just phenomenal. I mean, and you can even get some rays off of the sun in this.
Yeah,
and I was
really. Is this a JPEG or is it RAW?
This is a JPEG.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a JPEG, and I was like, "There's a boatload of info here."
If you want to get some nice solar flares, you take a Mavic 2 Pro and you crank up the f-stop and put on, bam, kick the crap out of that picture.
I was just, well, the whole point is this little drone is so much more versatile than its predecessor. And of course, now that was a huge.
How so?
What do you mean?
How so? More versatile? How so?
You just saw the image. I'm going to have a lot larger image to deal with.
Yeah,
that alone is more versatile in itself. So I'm going to have that much more space
versatile,
to deal with.
Bill, it's smaller,
and I'm going to get
smaller.
How do you mean it's smaller?
Physically smaller.
The drone is
smaller. It weighs
so
half
why
as
wouldn't
much.
it be more? Why wouldn't it be more versatile? That
why is it more versatile? The 2 Pro camera is still better.
You're just wanting to say because of that aperture, man. That's the only thing you're basing it off of.
Yes. And why did DJI give that up? Because it's not an upgrade from the Mavic 2 Pro. It's a side grade. It's just different. Where's the adjustable aperture? Where is it? Oh, that's right. It's the next one that's coming down the pipe that'll have that.
Chuck, did you even notice that we have a new guest? Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, hey, Sean.
Sean, are you in your pajamas?
No, he actually got
his
jammy jams. Shirt. Look, I have a shirt on.
He said, "The hell with it! I'll actually get up now. It's already." What the
hell?
It's
the only way to make Stephen stop ignoring me.
Oh. Well, he told me he actually I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement before we started.
Yeah, that's pretty normal with Stephen, actually.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, pretty standard operating procedure.
Good to see you.
Air 2S is a sweet drone,
Good
but
to see you, sir.
Still not. It ain't right yet without an adjustable aperture. It's not right.
So what have you been doing tonight, Sean?
He's trying to save the whole damn thing on the.
What have I been doing tonight? I have no idea.
What have you been doing tonight? Apart from teasing John
and not sleeping.
Shall I just answer the question, or do you just want to carry on around the panel? Or it's up to you, really. I don't mind. I went out for a nice dinner. I've been preparing for our wonderful show tomorrow evening, and doing that kind of stuff, really.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you in the chat, so.
Wait. Yes, in particular,
and giving me great comments.
In particular, asking questions like this.
Yes.
You guys were
need to talk more about Dubai, personally.
You guys were talking about people doing bad stuff with drones. Oh my goodness! I just saw someone use the DJI FPV drone over a theme park. Oh my god! No, I'm serious, Matt. Man. Matt posted it. Yeah, Matt.
So that's
he just
confusion.
Yeah, it's a Magic Mountain theme park. I am just floored. I was taking a look at this as we got off of that discussion. Oh my god!
Oh, so somebody sent you another unique video?
Oh, it's public. It's in the groups. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
You guys can all go watch it, but oh man, whoa.
Wait, Sean and John are next one. They could do the Wonder Twins thing, couldn't they? With like the,
I was kind of what did you see what Gary said?
Yeah, hang on. I'll get my hand ready. Hang on. Here it is.
Yeah, the finger will work.
There you go.
Fingers like Wonder Twins. Yeah, use the middle fingers.
Hear it? Let
perfect.
Me turn it up.
Bill, you're definitely demonetized now.
I tried to tell you. Okay, here's the thing. I have enough subscribers, but my watch hours go the wrong way. They go backwards. So it's okay. We can raise as much hell as we want, as long as we don't go below 1,000, so that I can still stream from mobile if I need to. My biggest issue is, there's part of the problem with my channel is I don't make videos. Billy's busted my balls. Ken's busted my balls. They're like, you need to make videos, damn it. Because your show's just not going to make your channel grow.
You got to tear down a GoPro like I did.
I think you could probably
increase some really good ideas.
Yeah, I think you could probably increase your watch time substantially by removing John Cuppi from the panel.
Or trying to film some blue flamingos. If you try to film some blue flamingos, that would also work.
Well, I will tell you something straight up. I will tell you all something straight up. Hell will freeze over before John will leave before I ever get John off the panel, because John has put up with my shit since the very beginning. So for all 5 seasons, John has put up with my shit.
Did the watch time go up in that brief time I was gone?
Actually, we got
but our enjoyment
72 more likes.
Little spike.
72 more likes.
Spike.
Wow.
Wait.
I know where I should be then.
Oh. Okay. So we're talking about that. Is it? So you posted that
I
video?
put it in our chat so you could take a look at it. It is a horror show. I am just oh my god.
Did you share it with the people here?
Oh, I could put it in the chat.
Yeah, just throw it in the chat so that everybody can take a look at it.
Wants to discuss it, because
is this the FPV horror show thing?
Holy shit! 79 thumbs down.
But that is the issue that we were talking about when that drone first came out. That we would have people who don't know what they're doing flying that drone.
Yeah, and a lot of people like me were very scared of people getting that DJI FPV drone. And now somebody's doing something really bad with FPV. Like, you just don't do
and the first
doing.
big story that happens with that, it will be all FPV's fault, and they'll mention FPV more than the word drone.
That's the problem, especially because DJI decided to literally use FPV for the drone's name. This what we're looking at here is literally what everyone in the FPV community was scared as hell about.
Just out of curiosity, just out of curiosity, is this fairground used or is it empty?
No, there's people in it. It's Six Flags.
The people in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is an open theme park. Six Flags.
Okay.
I think all across America are open at the moment.
Okay.
Wow, crazy.
Well, that. Oh yeah, I see it now. I see the roller coaster. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. That's not cool.
Nope. Not
I'm
cool at
trying.
all.
I'm trying to pay attention to what we're doing here, but I'm like, I want.
I think everyone's looking at it now too.
I can't watch it.
Yeah,
I can't. It's not enough
I-
bandwidth where I'm staying right now.
You don't want to watch it, Chuck. It's making me cringe. It'll make you cringe too.
I'll watch it
Okay,
later.
so
I watched it long enough to give it a
I will
thumbs
give a
down.
basic description. What I'm seeing is a drone taking off from the parking lot and heading towards. It says Six Flags Magic Mountain. So is that in California?
I guess so. I don't know where it is.
But it doesn't
Definitely.
appear to be really busy.
Yeah, where's that one?
He's still staying on the outskirts.
But there
Oh
are
no,
people there.
he goes there. He goes over and into
Oh,
it.
okay, I can see the parking lot now. It's about maybe a third full. So there's obviously a shitload of people in the park because I'd say there's at least 4,000 or 5,000 people there. Oh, I can see the backside of the park too is loaded up too.
Yep.
Okay, he's up way
Yeah, Southern
high.
California.
Holy, okay, that's kind of cool. But if there's people down there, man, what the hell? Let's see.
It's in Valencia, California. Southern California.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Nope. Yeah, and this stuff is going to be a problem.
Oh,
for
wow,
us.
there's people on the tower, and he's just like flying right up there. Hey, what's up, man?
I guess my thing is, I just don't know what what do you do about stuff like that? See, the thing is, in the United States, and this is both a good and a bad thing. You need a lot of evidence before you can actually get somebody in trouble for something that they post on YouTube. If everything doesn't line up, then you can't get in trouble for it. It's both a good and a bad thing. You know, the whole burden of proof thing and whatnot. But like in this situation, you know what I wonder what they would be able to even do. Do you even see the pilot at all in the whole video? Nope.
No.
So you already can't prove the guy's flying it. So then, like, what do you do with a video like this when you come across it? Do you tell them, hey, don't do that? Because that's what I used to do. I used to do that all the time. Like 5 years ago or so, 4 or 5 years ago, when I used to run into a video like this. Well, no, it wouldn't normally be a video like this. It would be more basic. It would be more stuff like people flying over cars, that kind of thing. And at the time, I don't even think it was necessarily illegal to fly over a car, because things have changed here. But I would just reach out to them and I'd say, hey, man, you just think about doing that, because this stuff can fall out of the sky. It can hurt somebody. It can fall on a vehicle, and that would be really, really bad. And usually when you reach out to somebody and you explain to them that, they realize it. Because a lot of people just don't even know that doing that stuff is a problem. They don't even realize that doing that stuff is a problem.
They should by now.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Even today, I would say there are a number of people that can go to the store, buy a DJI drone from Best Buy, and they don't realize that you're not supposed to fly over a moving vehicle. You don't.
Exactly.
And you know what? I'll also say this. It's a relatively low risk thing. Like, let's be honest. If a drone passes over some moving vehicles on a road, it's a pretty low risk activity. I have yet to hear about any catastrophic stories of a drone falling out of the sky, crossing the road, and smashing somebody's car and causing a major accident. In fact, we actually have a really great safety record here in the United States, in particular with model aircraft. The United States does. It has a really good safety record. And it bothers a lot of people that the FAA didn't do a risk assessment before they came up with all those, new remote ID rules.
Supposedly they did, remember? But
Yeah,
we've never
supposedly
seen the data.
We've never seen it. No, we've never seen it. So it's like, I understand why they do the things they're doing, but
it would be good to get that data. But I think there should be something where you should be able to ask for that data. You should be able to ask for that data, because we have to provide risk assessments. We have to provide data to the flight authorities, no matter what country that we fly in. We have to provide. Yeah. So. And frankly,
I'm not sure that remote ID is going to solve these problems. I've said that from the very beginning. I don't see how remote ID is going to solve somebody doing something stupid like this with a drone.
No.
Uh-oh. John, go.
I'm good. I have to dip out for just a second there. Yeah, I mean, it'll be great for traffic management, right? The helicopters will be able to see where you are and all that stuff. But as far as preventing people from doing stupid stuff, like, people are getting caught as it is. There was one guy who took his Mavic Pro up, thought it would be a great idea to just throttle it up at night while there were police helicopters in the air. The Mavic got clipped. They found it. They found him, and no remote ID was even needed. But in that situation, I don't even know how remote ID was going to prevent an incident like that. It's not. It's really not.
Of course not.
Somebody's just going to do stupid stuff, and it's really not going to make a difference. So I don't even see the FAA necessarily addressing the problem of the irresponsible flyers.
Yeah, I think the only thing you might find with and remote ID isn't actually designed to stop rogue pilots, but the only thing you might find is that something like remote ID, with the accountability that it can bring, is it might put off more of the idiots from flying in the first place. So they'll move on to another hobby, basically. You
I agree with Sean.
You might cut it down from that point of view, but yeah.
I was involved in a project a couple of years ago. We have our version of remote ID, which is called U-Space. Okay, U-Space, and the U stands for unmanned. Okay, so we have U-Space.
You're wrong. Stephen's wrong. U-Space is the European version of UTM, not remote ID.
Oh, sorry.
It's the next level above. You'll just end up confusing these Americans.
Yeah.
I mean these lovely people.
But did you notice that Sean said it's a step above remote ID? Oh God, cringe now, people.
Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. So we had a big project with we had I think we had 7 drone providers, and it was a park literally just 500 meters from my home here. So we done the demo there, and we had the police involved, we had the European Union involved. So we had seven drone operators, and there was a total of about maybe 10 drones in the sky, right? And we were in this one area, and the police put up 2 drones. So they put up 2 M210s. And we were all part of a network, so we were all fed in. We were actually working with AirMap at the time, so we integrated with AirMap system, and there was Frequentis, there was Altitude Angel from the UK, and all the rest of it. When the police stepped in and they had their drones up in the sky, they just hit a button, and actually our drones were the only drones that actually came back home. So they can actually segregate the airspace when they're there. So whether you have a police helicopter, whether you have police drones, they can segregate it and they can shut you down, and your drones will come back. Everything's safe. Everything's absolutely safe. So your drones come out of, and you have no idea what's going on, but your drones are coming back, and but it worked.
Stop! Don't come back to me. Don't come back to me.
Can I answer the question very quickly about whether the hobby will survive and that type of thing? Very quickly, because that was the main reason why I came on, apart from the fact that I wanted to try and stop Stephen saying the keyword that would mean I have to send him a bottle of gin, but never mind. He did that.
There's a safe word.
That's another bottle of gin. I'm down. I actually think the hobby will survive, and I think it will survive for one specific reason over most, that actually if they were out to get the hobby as a whole and they wanted to get rid of the hobby as a whole, they could do it like that. Literally like that, because in fact if they did carry out risk assessments, they would find out that the risk isn't there, and people get obsessed, and the anti-rule activists out there get obsessed by the fact that this little drone can't hurt anybody, this little drone can't do X, Y, and Z. But it's not about that. It's about the conflict, and it's about how it affects the manned aircraft and how it affects the other air users. And if they wanted us gone, we would be gone, because we, in comparison to the commercial UAV sector that's coming in the next 10 to 15 years, we're a minuscule dot of money, basically, and therefore power. Of course, we all know money is power in these things. So in actual fact, the fact that they are working with us, I'm not sure working with us, but the fact that we are part of that picture still shows me that I think that there is a future for the hobby, working alongside them. I think we've got a little bit more pain to come, and I think that's also more down to the fact that the people that are the leaders of the drone industry, who are not the hobbyists, they are these commercial operators that think, we're going to have this commercial operation, we're going to have this drone delivery X, Y, Z. They're not engaging with the hobby enough, and they're not talking to us enough, and they're not giving us the information about what they plan to do. And ironically, I think if they did that, they would see a whole different side of the hobby saying, hey, yeah, that's cool, that's jobs, and that's an investment in our countries, and that's fantastic, and a way for the hobby to survive. And I think that it's communication that's falling down at the moment between the two sides. And then what you've got in the middle is essentially the extremists of both sides screaming at each other. And because they're screaming at each other, that's what everybody hears. But actually, the vast majority on both sides wants it all to happen. Because in actual fact, a lot of the leaders in the drone world are actually hobbyist pilots themselves as well. So
exactly.
There is a lot of cross pollination, as it were.
I think Chuck's smashed.
Somebody's vacuuming. I hear somebody vacuuming.
But then at the same time, why would they want to speak to, let's say, a genre who don't respect the genre?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I would accuse you of the same thing, that is a very separatist, extremist view sitting on the fence, too close to the situation, rather than just taking a few steps back and saying, yes, there are, but there are also people on the other side of it that say, hey, I know how to deal with the hobbyist flies. Let's just get rid of them all. There are the same types of issue on both sides of the fence. But I think that if you look at most of the systems and most of the UTM systems and U-Space systems, etc., which are coming, there is still very much a focus on how to integrate the hobby flyers in those things. And if they didn't think that was going to be a thing, if they didn't think it was going to be there, they wouldn't be investing now a lot of money in making sure all of that does work together.
Well, that was a point that I did mean to say as well, is that the reason why they're having a remote ID is obviously because of the hobby side as well. So the amount of money that they are investing into that, they are not going to take it away just like that, because it would be because there's not going to be drone deliveries tomorrow. There's not going to be drone deliveries next year. There'll be small little fractions of that. So the amount of money that they have invested in to a remote ID, it would be insane for them to say thank you, but no thank you.
But I do also wonder. Yes, I do think the hobby will survive, and yes, I think it has a strong future. But I don't think necessarily 90% of the people in the hobby now will want to be in the hobby then, because we will also be talking about a level of automation where if some crazy FPV pilot like John Cuppi is ripping around his park and a commercial delivery drone is coming across the back of that park going off to drop an organ off somewhere, then John Cuppi's drone will stop and stabilize until it's cleared the airspace. And that's where I think the hobby will suffer is not necessarily from ban, but from prioritization. And I think as the smaller cousin in all of the big tree of UTM, we will be the ones that have the prioritization tree. We'll be at the bottom of that prioritization tree. So we'll be the ones that have to give way and have things built into the software, so that if our little drone spots, and basically these drones will talk to each other and they'll say, I'm more important than you.
That's discrimination.
But, you can
what's great about technology. We'll write code and we'll be just like, yeah, you're not stopping me.
But if you look at the RC,
but it'll be illegal though. Basically, then you'll just be running an illegal drone, and there will always be people flying these things illegally.
Now,
I mean,
the other co-host that comes on a lot with me and Stephen on our live show, Andrew, runs a very large drone business, and part of that is counter drone technology, and they can already now sit at a live event in London and watch someone flying their Mavic Mini 30 miles away. And they can tell you exactly where he's standing, exactly where his little drone is flying, and literally send a police officer to the exact spot that he's standing. And that's now. So in another 10 years' time, when we do have UTM and remote ID, those systems will be very widespread, and those systems will be along the corridors where these commercial drones are being used. And
all the criminals will have an app on their phone.
No, it won't necessarily that, but if you are doing something naughty and you're coding your drone, etc., it won't matter if you're not putting out a remote ID signal. It won't matter what you're doing. If you're using an RC connection to that drone, they will know exactly where you are. And because you're pinging up without the remote ID signal, and because you're pinging up without the correct, not giving out the correct data, those are the people that they're going to go and
be like a red flare,
intervene with, straight away. So there'll be this big map of green people, and these 4 red dots will suddenly appear, and those are the 4 red dots they'll go. Which is also combats where people say, well, there won't be enough police. Well, they won't need them. They won't need that many police because they'll only be going after the red dots.
One. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Which is effectively what we already have in the UK here. When we have live events put on, horse racing events, that type of thing, it's already happening. We reported 2 weeks on our weekly drone news. There were 3 people arrested at a British race course, and this is the police knew exactly where they were flying, exactly what they were doing before they even got there, and this is long before remote ID and everything else like that, basically.
Wow, this is kind of cool. This is some information I didn't know about before, because we were all like speculating that there was. But here's one thing. Here's what I think. To begin with, yes, I still think that deliveries are stupid, and I'd love to know how they went into a boardroom and convinced everybody it was a great idea. But with that being said,
I can actually answer that.
Hang on. But with that being said, I think that drone deliveries are going to take off. It's going to start with the rich people as a gimmick to begin with. But as more and more of them get into it, it's going to make it cheaper for them to do it for everybody. But it's going to happen because there's going to be some guy standing out on his lawn. He's going to be about half lit. He's going to need something. He's going to go, oh, hell with that, man. Why don't we get it delivered by drone?
Speaking of taking off, guys, my dinner is up. So I'm going to get going. Stephen, it was awesome to meet you. Chuck,
be careful.
Chris.
Thanks, John.
Be careful.
This is actually a good time. We'll roll after John does his thing. We're just going to go ahead and roll around too, because I need to wind things up as well.
Go ahead,
keep going, John.
You guys, it was good. It was a great discussion as always. Great show as always, Bill. Yep. And I will see you guys next time. You guys all take care.
See you later.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
All the best. And I'm gonna throw it over to Chris Hope and let him say good evenings.
Well, everybody, it's been a fun show. Thank you, Stephen, for stopping in, man. Bill.
Thank you, Chris. It's good to meet you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
And then I'm going to come back out here, and I'm going to go to the happy man in the corner.
The happy man tonight, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
John, Stephen, Bill.
Guys, we were glad to have you on tonight. And next week, we will for sure have on we'll do the 107 thing. And Sean, I'm glad you popped in to talk to us about that interesting, because the thing about it is these subjects don't get talked about. They don't. People don't talk about them on the shows, and they really do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes,
controversial.
Every single week.
I'm talking about like really.
Oh, you're talking about shows that people actually watch. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. Okay. There you go. Right there. The one that actually gains subscribers.
That's it.
The one. That's not the one where they gain subscribers but lose watch hours. How the hell is that?
Tune in tomorrow night.
I will do my best. But
exciting
thank you very
part
much again.
two.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Stephen,
sorry, can I just embarrass? Are they making breakfast in the background?
My wife is making coffee.
Yeah.
He said it was
Nice.
going to happen.
We're all getting ready to go to bed, and you're getting up, aren't you?
He predicted
That's
it would
awesome.
happen.
I did say that, didn't I?
He's gonna get
I
wired.
did say that.
He
yeah.
Is
did
it there?
predict it
Ooh,
would
look,
happen.
it's there.
Could you ask Mrs. Sutton if she's killed any more ferns, please?
She's just woken up. I'm not going to ask her
Okay.
if she's killed any more plants.
Swear, man. I can't
Smart,
believe-
smart
Have you
young
murdered
man.
any more plants?
This is the secret to a happy marriage.
Happy wife, happy life.
Dead
All right.
plants.
And with that being said, Stephen, I will let you say your good evenings to everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone in the chat as well. It was good to meet you, Bill. Good to meet you, as you know, Chuck and Chris as well. Thank you, and I'm sure I'll see you all again at some point. And anyone who's in Dallas in August, please stop by and say hi, and you can come and try out this.
That's where it does. It seems awesome to me. It would be great.
I want to try that
So-
thing out. I want to because I think it's cool. They can actually touch the invisible screen, the virtual
Well, that's
screen.
the whole thing. I think is so phenomenal is you never have to take your eyes off the drone.
Keep your eyes
That's
on the sky.
what I love about it.
That's already kind of true, but unless you're touching the screen, that takes care of the rest of it. Yeah, the screen.
But I mean,
touching part
you would
was-
have to do like this, though, Chuck. Literally, you'd have to do like this all the time. Hold the controller up here in front of your face while you were looking up. I mean, you could do that.
Well, you don't really. No, you don't need to see the controller to operate the sticks, though, Bill. But I mean, the rest of it, to do any tactile stuff on the touch screen, that's where
You don't ever look at your telemetry or
Usually
anything when
Stephen
you're
for some reason. I
flying?
don't know why. I work with
You don't
guys
look
named
at
Stephen.
you don't look
What?
at your telemetry and stuff when you're flying. I'm always looking down. I'm like this. It's like Chris said. I'm always like this.
Oh yeah. If I'm not using the glasses, yeah, yep.
Remember
I'm
the
doing
little
bob,
ducks
just
in
like
the
you.
plate in the
Always.
gas station you could buy? Would
Yeah.
always bob his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought you were just being very, very agreeable, Bill.
yes. Which is very out of character.
No, you're
for me.
right, Bill.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, folks. I am very grateful to have had everyone here tonight. And we will hope to see everyone back next week because we're going to go back into our 107 training. Chuck will be here with us. Ron will be back with us. And I do believe Michael Wright will be joining us. So we'll be going over more 107 information next week. And then we've got another, hopefully, if we can talk John into it, another episode of Air Day FPV because we're trying to keep that part of it because that's a part of the hobby. We're trying to keep that going. And don't forget, at the end of the month, we're also going to be doing support your local drone channel. So anybody that has some new drone channels or any information that they would like to share with us, please get that information to us. And with that being said, I will say, live long and prosper. We will see you next week.
Peace out.